Great. Good morning. My name is Tyler Dumont, and I'm the Public Information Officer for the New Hampshire Department of Safety. On behalf of Commissioner Robert Quinn, Assistant Commissioner Richard Bailey, and Assistant Commissioner Eddie Edwards, I want to thank you for being here. Members of our 7 divisions are joined here this morning by a variety of state and local partners who will each be sharing some important reminders and information about the resources that will be deployed to ensure all Granite State residents and visitors stay safe as we kick off the summer season. We'll then be taking a few questions. Our first speaker this morning is Chief David Hobbs of the Hampton Police Department.
Good morning, everyone. With a holiday weekend upon us, we are expecting an increase in visitors to Hampton Beach. We encourage people to come to the beach to experience everything we have to offer. With this increase in visitors to our area, you will see an increase in law enforcement officers. We have partnered with several local law enforcement agencies, as well as the New Hampshire State Police, to increase our presence this weekend and throughout the summer season. When visiting Hampton Beach, we ask that people obey our rules. We ask people to leave the alcohol at home. There is no drinking on the beach or in public. Fireworks are unlawful within the town of Hampton, and the beach is certainly not a safe place to bring them. We ask that you respect others so that everyone can enjoy Hampton Beach. You can expect to see law enforcement strictly enforcing the laws of the state of New Hampshire. Anyone that is looking to cause disruptions or commit criminal acts will be arrested and prosecuted. We hope that everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend, and we hope we can all take a moment to remember and honor those who died while serving our great country. Thank you.
And next we're going to hear from New Hampshire State Police Captain John Hennessy.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here this morning to help us deliver this important message about public safety. With summer fast approaching, the New Hampshire State Police is committed to supporting our communities to ensure a safe and enjoyable environment for all residents and visitors to our great state, including here along our seacoast. Our beaches are open to everyone. Throughout the summer, troopers will continue to provide enhanced staffing across the state to include the town of Hampton and Hampton Beach. Our mission is to ensure that beachgoers feel safe and protected. We want to thank the majority of beachgoers who come here to enjoy the beach with their families and loved ones every day. We also want to thank them for complying with all beach rules and regulations. If you plan on coming to any of the communities along our great beaches or lakes, all we ask is that you comply with the law. If you choose to come out and put the safety of others at risk, know that the New Hampshire State Police stands ready to enforce state laws. The bottom line is this: our troopers are ready to respond to any call, and the Division of State Police is prepared to deploy all resources necessary to ensure residents, businesses, and tourists are kept safe throughout the summer months. On that note, if you witness an emergency, report it to 911. Whether it's an act of violence, a dangerous driver, an emergency on the water, or emergency on our trail system, 911 is the fastest way to get help. In closing, I would ask that everyone take a moment this weekend to thank a veteran for their service and honor those service members who died while serving our great nation. Thank you.
And up next is the Commander of the Office of Highway Safety, State Police Captain Chris Vetter.
Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Come on. As Tyler mentioned, my name is Chris Veteran. I'm a captain with the New Hampshire State Police. I'm currently assigned to the Office of Highway Safety. As we begin the summer season with the Memorial Day weekend, we want to reinforce our message of driving safely. That message really hasn't changed, regardless of what month of the season that we're in. Do not drive distracted. Driving distracted is incredibly dangerous, as there are many distractions for those operating a vehicle. And it starts with this right here. Obey posted speed limits. And drive sober. If you choose to drink, make arrangements for a sober driver. And finally, wear your seatbelt. New Hampshire is the only state in the nation without a mandatory seatbelt for those over the age of 18. There are many reasons for that. However, it is a simple fact that the best way to avoid injury or death if you are involved in a crash is to wear your seatbelt. Post-crash data shows this to be the truth. However, many people just simply believe that data and statistics are what happens to everyone else. And I encourage you and motorists not to become one of those statistics. I've been in law enforcement here in the state of New Hampshire for 31 years. I've investigated hundreds of traffic crashes. I've been involved in hundreds of others on different levels. The one thought that I can remember or never remember having is if only that person had not been wearing a seatbelt, he or she would have walked away uninjured. Wear your seatbelt. Thank you.
And now we have Hampton Beach Chief Lifeguard Patrick Murphy.
Good morning. First, we would like to thank and remember the people that lost their lives that served for our country this weekend. That being said, we have beautiful weather coming in with the ocean. It will be cold still, warm weather. The water will still be cold, so we want to remind people hypothermia and cold-related medical issues are possible. Lifeguards will be on duty. They are here to keep the patrons that attend our state beaches safe. So please listen to the instructions of the lifeguards. They will help keep you out of rip currents that can cause issues in the water. Alcohol, as said before, is not allowed on any state beach. We advise everyone not to bring alcohol. If we find alcohol, it will be removed. Hampton PD will be called as well. Other rules and regulations that can be followed, especially one that's been in the news recently, is holes. Holes are not allowed to be dug on our state beaches. They are dangerous. They are not allowed. We are excited to start the summer season, and we want everyone to come and enjoy our beautiful beaches here in New Hampshire. Thank you.
And next is Marine Patrol Lieutenant Crystal McLean.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Boating popularity is high in New Hampshire. Follow these boating safety tips when you take to the water. Always boat sober. Operating a boat under the influence of drugs or alcohol is not only illegal, it's also dangerous. Alcohol and drugs can be even more hazardous on water than on land. The waves, vibrations, engine noise, sun, wind, spray, and other stressors can accelerate the effects of drugs and alcohol and impact a driver's impairment. Always designate a sober operator. Wear a life jacket. Children under the age of 13 are required to wear a United States Coast Guard approved life jacket at all times when underway on a vessel. Wearing a life jacket is also good practice for everyone on board. Be courteous to others on the water. Stay mindful of other boaters and swimmers, and keep a safe distance. Keep your wake low when near other boats, swimmers, or the shoreline. Remember, have fun this summer on New Hampshire's waterways and be safe. Always boat safely, pay attention, slow down, and don't take risks on the water. Thank you.
Okay, and now we have Homeland Security and Emergency Management Assistant Director Grant Nichols.
Good morning. As Tyler mentioned, my name is Grant Nichols. I'm the Assistant Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. First, Director Harper, Jennifer Harper, who is the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for New Hampshire, expresses her regrets for not being able to be present today. She is representing the state of New Hampshire at an emergency management conference out of state. So, Homeland Security and Emergency Management's mission is to partner with the whole community to mitigate, prepare, respond, recover, and prevent all hazards, including ones that frequently occur during the summer months. Earlier this month, a tornado touched down in Charlestown, New Hampshire, and just last weekend, for the first time in May ever, the National Weather Service in Gray issued a heat advisory. Last year, as many of you will remember, New Hampshire had 2 federally declared disasters in July and August related to flooding in the western part of the state that caused millions of dollars worth of damage. It's important at all times, and especially now, to ask, would you be prepared if your family experienced a disaster in the summer or at any other time? New Hampshire's residents and visitors can be prepared by taking 4 core steps before, during, and after a disaster strikes. First, stay informed. You can do this by signing up for New Hampshire Alerts, the state's emergency notification system, to receive location-specific safety information. Residents and visitors also should monitor radio or broadcast weather reports to keep track of changing conditions. Second, make a family emergency plan. Sit down with your family members before an emergency happens. Decide how to contact each other, where you will go, and identify a place away from your home to meet up if needed. Keep a copy of this plan in your emergency kit or another safe place where you can access it in the event of a disaster. Make sure to include your pets in your emergency plan. Third, build a kit. Emergency kits are essential and should be kept in a safe location where they'll be easily accessible during an emergency. Basic emergency kits should be kept in each car as well. Emergency kits should contain enough water, non-perishable foods, and prescriptions to last at least 3 days for each person in your household. In addition, each emergency kit should contain a flashlight, radio, extra batteries, a first aid kit, sanitation items, cash, and additional clothing. Lastly, get involved. Join your local community emergency response team and receive training on basic disaster response skills such as fire safety, search and rescue, team organization, and disaster medical operations. In addition, FEMA offers online and in-person trainings called You Are the Help Until Help Arrives, and organizations such as the American Red Cross offer CPR and first aid courses. More information on these 4 steps can be found at our website, which is readynh.gov. With your help, we can all work toward the goal of becoming a prepared, ready, and informed New Hampshire. Thank you.
And up next, we have Fish and Game Lieutenant Delane Brown.
See if I can fight the wind here. Good morning. My name is Delane Brown. I'm a Conservation Officer Lieutenant with the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department. I supervise the Southeastern District and all coastal enforcement activity. Thank you all for coming. The spring and summer months bring a new season of challenges that keep New Hampshire Fish and Game Conservation officers extremely busy. We have about 40 officers across the state that wear many hats, but we train hard and work hard in all aspects of our profession. When it comes to safety in our woodlands and waterways, our duties are prescribed by statute. When it comes to rescue operations in the woodlands and waterways, we respond, react, resolve, and report. Our search and rescue team and partners tirelessly search for missing loved ones or those injured off the beaten path. Our multiple volunteer search and rescue partners across the state are a critical resource that, quite frankly, do not get enough recognition for their self-sacrifice and dedication. Outdoor enthusiasts of all types are encouraged to look into a Hike Safe card. It's a valuable resource for anyone hiking, paddling, or engaging in any other outdoor recreation. People who obtain a HikeSafe card through hikesafe.com are not liable to repay rescue costs if they need to be rescued. The costs for those are $25 for an individual or $35 for a family. When it comes to water safety and recoveries, our officers are regularly on the water checking for license compliance and the required safety equipment that keeps you safe. Our divers search for missing loved ones or evidence of disposed criminal activity. These highly trained divers are equipped with high-tech gear that aid in rapid response and recovery, such as dive computers, side scan sonar, underwater camera, and technically equipped vessels. When speaking about recreational vehicles and boating safety, many of our state's residents and visitors enjoy getting outside on some form of motorized vehicle, such as boats, off-highway recreational vehicles, jet skis, and trail bikes. As with other agencies here today, New Hampshire Fish and Game is part of a state's team that protects your outdoor motorized interests while ensuring that simple rules are followed. Safety is rule number one. Real briefly on wildlife safety. The spring and summer also has our officers very busy with human and wildlife conflicts. From bears to beavers, our officers are the face of the agency that work to mitigate problems and bring a viable solution to these situations that benefit both the citizens and the critters. Be cautious of animals that aren't acting normally. Handling wildlife, whether it's sick or healthy, can have adverse effects. Everything from handling an animal that potentially might have rabies or one that is perceived to be orphaned. If there's a wildlife-related situation that you're not comfortable with, don't handle it. Just call New Hampshire Fish and Game and we'll try to resolve the problem. Your safety is our business. Our officers are prepared. All that we ask is that you are too. If you'd like to learn more about outdoor safety, our website is loaded with useful information, contacts, and resources. Our website is wildnh.com, and like I mentioned before, hikesafe.com when we're talking about hiking safety. Thank you very much for your time. On behalf of the entire New Hampshire Fish and Game Department, have a happy and safe summer. Thank you.
And last but not least is Department of Transportation Commissioner Victoria Sheehan.
Thank you, Tyler. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. So far this calendar year, 37 people have died on New Hampshire roadways. This includes 5 motorcycle operators, 2 pedestrians, and 1 cyclist. Each one of these deaths is a tragedy. Each one of these individuals has a family and friends that mourn them. So we all must do our part to keep every roadway user safe. Construction season is well underway, and this weekend marks the start of the summer tourist season. We at the Department of Transportation want everyone to have a fun and enjoyable summer and enjoy everything the Granite State has to offer. But we want all our roadway users to do it safely. We ask that drivers exercise caution. Please pay attention in work zones, obey the speed limit, and move over for emergency personnel. We also ask travelers to plan ahead and allow extra time to reach their destination, especially on busy holiday weekends such as this one. In partnership with our colleagues in Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire DOT has a traveler information system, as well as partnerships with travel apps such as Waze. I encourage travelers to visit newengland5watt1.org to plan their daily commutes and weekend trips across the state. If you sign up, you can receive real-time updates and alerts concerning traffic on the corridors you travel. The staff at DOT work diligently to increase mobility and mitigate congestion. And during the summer, there are many events that bring visitors to the state. So the department works closely with contractors and law enforcement to keep traffic moving safely. But we do need motorists to do their part. So as Captain Vetter said, please slow down, never drive distracted, always plan ahead and designate a sober driver, buckle up, stay alert, and expect the unexpected. We wish you all a safe Memorial Day weekend. Please take time to thank a veteran for their service and also to remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice in service to this country.
Any questions?
So what's the anticipation? I think, with the beach community, we're always expecting an increase in visitors with the warm weather upon us. So, we're always trying to prepare and work with our partners. Our goal is to provide the highest level of public safety for this area. And we do that through the hard work of the men and women of the Hampton Police Department, and we do that with all the great relationships we have with local agencies as well as the New Hampshire State Police. So, well, like I said, first, our goal is to provide the highest level of public safety, and that's what we're doing each and every week. By working with our partners, we're preparing for the increase in tourists and visitors to our area, and we will continue to do that. As far as the previous incidents that we've had the last couple weeks, those are ongoing investigations. I do expect additional charges to come out of those. It's not appropriate for me right now to comment on those, but if and when that time comes, then that information will be made available. Like I've said, we've worked with our partners for this weekend as well. We know we're going to be busy on Memorial Day weekend, excuse me. So we have increased our staffing, and like I said, law enforcement will be out strictly enforcing the laws of the state of New Hampshire. We are not going to tolerate disruptive behavior, unruly behavior. That's why we encourage people to respect others so that everybody can enjoy Hampton Beach. Sorry, do you mind saying that one more time, sir?
Sure. Photos from last weekend showed police responding to a riot here.
Yep.
You thought that may be exacerbating the intense moments on the beach. You thought about other ways to try to keep crowd dispersal that wouldn't involve police out here.
We have a number of measures in place to deal with these large crowds. That is, excuse me, that is just one tool. I think it's important to remember that we had anticipated this event last weekend, so we were prepared to deal with it. This event was advertised as a continuation of the week prior. That week prior, we experienced some fights, some alcohol and drug use. Our goal was to not let that group build and become more of an issue than it already was. So our goal was to disperse the group. We were looking to close that general area and to move the group along. And quite simply, if people left the area, which many people did, there would have been you wouldn't have seen anything further. So our goal is to always disperse that group, prevent it from becoming more of an issue when we're anticipating what was being advertised. That would be part of our ongoing investigation, but no, I can't comment further on that video, other than telling you that, yes, we're aware of it.
Question for you, Chief Lifeguard. Have you had any staffing issues this season?
We're in the process of doing this weekend actually is our final hiring. So we have tryouts tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. At the current moment, we need about 5 more people, so we're looking very good going into the weekend. We won't be full staffed until mid-June, like the second week in June, due to kids still in school, high schools, colleges graduating, but we plan on having a full staff for the remainder of the summer.
You mentioned cold water and hypothermia. What's the current temperature? What do you expect the temperature of the water to be?
So it's going to depend on the wind. Right now, the wind's on shore, so it'll warm it up a little bit, but it's currently running around low 50s, high 40s. Last Sunday, it got into the mid 50s, so it's still cold. And it will warm up, warmer weather, but if we get a strong west wind, it does make the water a little colder, so it could be 95 degrees out on the beach and drop the water temperature right down to the high 40s, which if you're in it for too long, you don't notice yourself feeling cold, but you feel like you're slowing down a little bit, it's time to get out and warm up.
Would you have any unguarded sections of the beach or is everything covered?
For this upcoming weekend, we'll have Hampton Beach covered, Wallace Sands covered, North Beach, Northampton State Park, and Jenna State Park will not be covered, but the main beach will be fully covered along with Wallace Sands.
All right, that concludes the press conference. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.